couple of days later, she was taken to Dilley, Texas, to start a process of asylum. I could tell she had no clue, spoke no English. She had no clue of the legal aspects or what she would be up to. All she knew was that if she stayed in her home country, she would not survive, nor her immediate family. Asylum officer seemed fair, professional, doing his job. So many questions. Are you afraid of returning to your home country? Yes. Why are you afraid of returning to your home country? I will be murdered by the government. Have you been threatened or harmed? Yes. Who threatened or harmed you? The paramilitary. What did they do to you? They broke into our home, hit us, me and my family, placed tear gas all over the house, and threatened that if we were to protest against the government, we will all be murdered. Did you call the police? No. Why not? The police is corrupt and will not protect us. Did you ask for asylum in any of the countries you passed by? No. Non-stop questions and answers that lasted close to 3 hours. Maria had no idea whether it had gone well or not. I'm thinking to myself, at least for the time being, she's safe. She and her son get fed 3 times a day, have a bed to sleep in, and are given a chance to seek asylum. Still, you could tell and feel that her fear was creeping by the minute. And there I was, a unity minister trained to hold the highest in every situation, next to her, looking at her and saying, you are safe, and somehow things will work out for you and your family. Maria wanting to believe. Me internally trusting that my vibration and presence would be experienced as a hug, for we could not hug, nor kiss, nor touch. And that somehow she could experience solace and peace. Hopefully she did. She smiled back, her eyes lit as we said goodbye. Most of these women come from what is called the Northern Triangle, which is Honduras, Salvador, and Guatemala. And they're mostly coming because they're running away from extortion, death threats, gang, and domestic violence. So today I would like to share with all of you about my spiritual insights as I experienced that week in my contact with all of these women. Oh, I'm going into my 3rd interview, and I wonder why a 3rd, and I don't know, and I'm from Honduras, and I went, I crossed the border, I went through the, I don't know, desert, but she had marks from thorns all over her hands, and I came with my son, and I'm just fearing for my life. I had my own business, my food stand, and I didn't want to pay the gangs the weekly money they were requesting, the tax war, and I fled. But I've been praying, and I have so much faith, and I was asking God for angels to come my way, and you both show up. And I'm like, oh my God, she's seeing us as angels. Isn't that? Which took me to this realization that when in unity we talk about our divine nature and we talk about the power of strength, it's real. Strength is one of our powers. And like philosopher Nietzsche would say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I'm seeing this strength, and I'm being touched and reminded how strong I really am too by nature. That's what happens when other people stand up and model that for us, that we are reminded. And my core message to her was, whether you are, even if you get to the US, there are going to be new challenges there. It's not going to be the solution to your life, right? So whether you're in the US or in Guatemala or in China, It's right here, right now. How can you make contact with your inner peace? Have you been threatened? Have you been harmed? Have you been... No, 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 no. And I said, well, how come? Everybody from Honduras here has a horror story. What is it different about you? She says, I pray a lot. I belong to a prayer group. And even as I'm crossing all these countries to make it to the border, I'm calling in regularly for prayer support. Maybe she was calling you, Mimi. And I'm like, oh my God. And you know what? When I saw this lady, I'm going to say it in Spanish because that's how it felt. I saw her llena de Dios. She was full of God. I can still feel her energy. She validated to me the power of prayer and what Psalm 23 says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil. I'm reminded of Tagore's quote on service, I slept and dreamed that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted and behold that service was joy. We were there to be hope, and they were there to remind us that we are compassion. And my prayer was, you're sustained by grace. God is greater than any human condition. God is your safety. And with God, there's always, always a way.